Hey everybody. Um, Making you a pretty hopefully short video here, talking about the stream, my life, and how the two are kind of, how they, oops, sorry, how they're gonna, mesh together. And basically, what it comes down to is, um, before my son was born, Mira was able to work just by herself, and we were able to get by. We were able to, live our lives. It was somewhat difficult, but we were able to do it. And we'd have, some savings left over, whatnot. And, her number one priority has always been for me to be able to do this and to be able to enjoy it and have fun with it as long as I wanted to do it and I had the passion to continue doing it, to do it. She's never wanted to stifle that from me. And, I love her for it. It's one of the laundry list of reasons why she's my wife. However, now, as you might expect, having a child is a lot more expensive than just living just the two of us. And that's going to take us from, getting by to probably living paycheck to paycheck, if not worse, if things stay the way that they are. So essentially, I have two options. The first option is the one that obviously I don't want. Mira doesn't realistically want, and you guys obviously don't want. And that's for me to kind of dial it back a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean I would be going back to a full-time job to, care for my wife and my son. And that would kind of, make it so when I worked a full-time job to begin with, I barely streamed for a while and then I just stopped. And then now I would also have that added pressure and stress of being a father, having, a son to raise, things like that. And then I probably wouldn't do this very often. And that's, it's sad, but it's the reality of it. Now, the other option is continuing to stream, as frequently as I can. And we would try to figure out something when it came to, his care, like our son's well-being while I streamed, because, she's going to be working and I'm going to be streaming. This is the type of streaming that I do. I can't really just, stop. So, we would have to figure out a way, around that, for his care. And we could do that. It's not a problem. Where this becomes an issue is finding a way to monetize it, to find, sorry, to make it so that this can help us not necessarily flourish, but to kind of get to that, like, hey, we don't have to worry about which bill are we going to pay, or are we going to eat food, or, something like that. And to do that, I'm not comfortable with, nor do I really want to ask you guys explicitly for money, because you all have your own families, you all have your own things that your own bills, your own needs, all that shit. I've never been like that, and I never will be like that. What I will ask of you guys is to check out sponsored content that I do. And I don't just mean watch, I mean like interact with. Because for me, what sponsored content is going to be, it is not going to be I get paid to run an ad over a video. It's I need interaction, I need clicks, that kind of stuff. Like I did with the raid stream. Except instead of barely hitting, the minimum like I did, I would need to, be able to get close to or hit the maximums. And the maximum was only 20 more people. It started out as 10 and the maximum was 30. And the difference of that was like it was a lot more money to put it frankly. And even just hitting the minimum was, it was a decent paycheck. And if we were able to every month basically have sponsored content, which seems pretty likely at this point, almost extremely likely with how often the offers and things like that run through, and we were able to meet and achieve these goals and whatnot, I'd be able to do this easily without being able to give you guys numbers, obviously because of contractual reasons and things like that. I can assure you that making these like max goals on sponsorships would make us be fine. That's I don't know how I can embellish it more to make it obvious how helpful, like the last one with Raid, where you had to play the game for 5 minutes, 30 people playing the game for 5 minutes, pays our bills enough extra. It gives us enough extra money for me to do this for a month. Almost 2 probably, if we budgeted properly. Which is insane. Because it not only means I don't have to have your guys' money, I can, have a company's money, a corporation's money, add, campaign money, whatever. And I still get to do what I love. You guys still get to watch the stream almost every day, numerous hours a day, the hype records, all that shit. None of it has to go away for, a few minutes of your time, some ads. Some of them might take a little bit more of your time. And I don't blame you if you don't want to do some of those. Those ones would probably pay out a lot more at a minimum, so it wouldn't really matter. And this month for April, in a couple days, I'm going to have an ad campaign running that will be going for, I think it lasts the whole month. I don't have all of the details yet, obviously. And I don't actually know exactly what all I have to do, because I won't know till the 4th. But this is like the third option of the sponsored content, where it does actually require you guys to interact and spend a little bit of your own money. And you might think, well, Zen, if you're asking us to spend a little bit of our money, why not just give it to you? Or why not just ask us to do it for you? And well, there's 2 reasons. The first reason is just like if you were going to give it to me for, like a Twitch sub or for bits, right? You get emotes from it, you get the badge, you get recognition, things like that. For doing, checking out what this month's sponsor is going to be, you'll get something for it. You get to try something out, and you can just fucking cancel it immediately. It doesn't hurt me, obviously. But the whole point of it is to just get people to try it out, right? And minimum-wise, it's fairly inexpensive from you guys, like from your end. And the return that I get versus if you were to just give it to me directly is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If we hit the cap on this next one, which I fully don't expect to, but if we were to hit the cap on this next thing, I could do this for months. possibly a year off of just that combined. And then, you combine that with other things in other months, and then, normal people's generosity with subs and bits and tips and things like that. And, the Twitch pennies that we get. And, it's not an insane career, obviously. But it helps me so, and my family so much, that I still get to do what I love. You guys still get to have me around all the fucking time, to the point where I'm probably going to be annoying you. Because, I'll be actively doing this again like I was before my son was born. I would be able to get back to that level of ridiculousness. I would obviously be incredibly happy. My wife would be happy and safe in terms of, we would have stability, and, my son would get to grow up to be a badass speedrunner too. That one's probably not true. He's probably not going to be a speedrunner. But you know what? It'd be pretty fucking cool if he did. Regardless, that's not the point. All the point of this video is basically to just explain that, the sponsored content, without being able to tell you explicitly how much actually goes into my bank account at the end of the month, without being able to tell you exactly that amount, to let you guys know just how fucking much it helps. It's insane. And really, 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 really appreciate anyone that, bothers to take the time to check that out, that takes the time to come and hang out every day, and puts up with the 1 or 2 3-minute segments of ads that I run to, get a little extra out of Amazon. Yeah. I kind of lost my train of thought there because my throat is killing me now. But essentially, that's all it is. It's to just let you guys know just how much it helps. And that's kind of where it's at. It's like, I can do this, and we have sponsored content occasionally that we make the best of, have good times with it, maybe find new shit that we like, whether it be a new game or new, products and shit like that, services, or I go work 9 to 5 and stream kind of just fades away. I don't want that to sound like an ultimatum, because I'm not offering that as an ultimatum. I'm not stating that as an ultimatum. This is just where it's at. Option 1 and option 2. That's kind of where my mindset is at with this right now. That's kind of where, where we are in terms of this. So, I guess before I say goodbye, I am going to kind of apologize for rambling a little bit, and for, if I upset anybody by, I don't know, the topic of the video or explaining, these things. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want it to feel like it's an ultimatum, like I said. This is just where it's at and how it kind of has to be. And I'd rather be honest, good or bad. And if it, digs my own grave for streaming, it digs my own grave for streaming. And if it doesn't, and we can continue to do this, and we can keep on streaming on, and maybe through some fucking stroke of luck or some miracle, we do end up getting to a point where I don't even need to do the sponsored content anymore. That would be fucking rad. But I don't ever think that we're gonna get there. I think we're comfortably where we're at with our community, and that's totally fucking fine too. It's awesome. I've got a fucking stellar community. You guys are awesome, and have changed my fucking life for, I don't even want to say for the better, because that doesn't feel like it does it justice, But yeah, love you guys. Peace out. Rock some Ghost shit, because Ghost is awesome. They're not a sponsor. It'd be fucking dope if they were, but they're not. I'll see you guys tomorrow after this video is posted for more Sly 1 speedruns. And then during the week, when my son's here, I get really fucking stressed out streaming 100%. So I'm going to try to stream like a shorter category, like all vaults. Or maybe do something, maybe do a run that's not as stressful. It's not as like, you know, I need to be perfect kind of a run, like just to do something for fun during the week. But it'll probably just be like all vaults, record grinding and stuff like that. And then on the weekends, it'll probably be more 100% shit, because, you know, all vaults still gives you prep for that. So content wise, that would be what, you know, will go on for the next like 2 weeks. And like I said, man, the sponsored content for this month, it looks really cool. It seems like a very interesting thing. I'll obviously talk a lot more about it when I'm paid to. But just checking it out, taking a chance on it, is going to help me so fucking much that you have no idea. So be on the lookout for that. And be on the lookout for more streams. Also, sorry for the long video. You watched the whole thing. I love you. You're sick. And you have a pretty face. Bye.